Good morning. It is Monday morning, July the 13th, 2015. One day after my son's 50th birthday yesterday. So wish him a happy birthday again. We are in Port Colborne, Ontario. East Wall, hashtag East Wall, South Lock 8. That's on Twitter. And this is the Baie St. Paul. The Baie St. Paul, sister ship of the Baie Como with Canada Steamship Lines. You're looking at her coming, what appears to me, might be going over to that west wall. See if he turns and comes. They usually come very, very closely along this east wall. Here he is. He's starting to swing her around now. It all depends on the pilot that's on board. The Baie St. Paul, sister ship, as I said, to the Baie Como. Now, you might say, what's so big about that? Well, I have been looking for this ship for quite a long time now. She very rarely gets down to this neck of the woods. She's been primarily used up on the upper end of the St. Lawrence, out through the east, and so on. So this is a rare pleasure for me to greet this ship here in Port Colborne. She's a Trillium Class ship, built in China, costs about $45 million, and she carries about 32,000 ton cargo. Right now she's coming out of Duluth, Minnesota, where she loaded soft coal. She has about 32,000 ton of soft coal on board, and she's heading for Belledune, Nova Scotia. Belledune is west of Bathurst. So she's got quite a little trip. Yet 3, maybe 4 days out there. 7-day trip from Duluth to here in Port Colborne. And 3-day trip from Duluth to Port Colborne. 7-day trip from Duluth to Belledune. So she should have, I guess, about 4 days left. The coal that she's loading is the soft coal. Comes out of the river basin in Wyoming, shipped by rail car into Duluth, Minnesota at Midwest Energy, and it's stockpiled there. They have about 5.5 million ton of coal at any given time stockpiled. Now, this is the widest I've ever seen them swing, to come out that wide in the channel and then come back to this east wall. He's coming back to the east wall that I can see. Normally, they'll follow that east wall right up here, so I don't know whether there's a pilot on board that ship, or it's the captain, who might be a pilot as well. I follow this captain as well on Twitter. It's Captain Ferris, Captain Andrew Ferris. So we want to say hi, Skipper. And I can't see if I can't get away from him this morning. She's all flagged up and ready to go. Another Trillium Class ship. Latest of technology, latest of emissions, scrubbers, and so on. Able to condense and clean 97% of that fuel emissions from the diesel. That's part of her. She carries a crew of 18, plus I believe the officers. I'm not certain on that, but I know it's about 18 altogether. The Baie St. Paul, 740 feet long, 78 feet wide, just made to fit in these locks. Now I mentioned this 740-foot ship, and these ships are built that length so that they can be accommodated by the Welland Canal and all the other locks in through the St. Lawrence Seaway. Now some of the big cargo ships out of the U.S., 1,000-footers of this same capacity, about 66,000 ton that they can load, those 1,000-footers. They don't get down this way. They can navigate the Soo locks through Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Ontario, and can't get down this way though. There she is. You see the Trillium Class on her? She's gorgeous. Yeah, I followed them out going west. Tracked them while they were out in Duluth. And here she is. Hashtag CSL Boat Meets 15. I'm Tyke 4406 on Twitter. This is amazing, this technology. I still marvel at these giants. And so here he is. He's bringing her right over here. The mate on the front end of her calling the shots and giving the skipper the dimensions, clearing from the wall. Gorgeous. Good morning. How are you this morning? Good. Is Captain Ferris on the bridge? Is Captain Ferris on the bridge? He's busy. He's busy. And there she is, sliding by. He's scrubbing now, hear it? He just scrubbed her there. Scrubbed her again. So she's downbound, obviously. Takes them about 10 hours, depending on traffic, to get through the Welland Canal here from Lock 8 at Port Colborne entrance to Lock 1, Port Weller exit out into Lake Ontario. I will put a full description of this ship in the description area, and you can read a little bit more about her in there. There you go. Way up there. Baie St. Paul. All the way up there. Isn't that amazing? Catwalks on that arm and on that extension there. It's quite the apparatus, those arms going out to that conveyor belt. Ladder coming down, one on either side of the ship. They are quite the piece, aren't they? What haven't I told you? I'm trying to think about the ship. All that I know about her. Montreal. Baie St. Paul. As we look downbound now, you see the bridge, first jackknife bridge at the south end, lifted, and that's Lock 8, straight ahead of us on the canal here. Yeah, she's got a good load on. It's amazing how those things are constructed. All that steel put together and it floats. It's incredible. Okay, that'll be it from Port Colborne here. Like us, leave a comment, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed this little part of it. All right, we'll see you next time.